You know what else is a 90s anime keyframe? Dragon Ball Z. Huh?
I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, so I've been rewatching that too.
Okay.
So after basically taking everything for your potential media section away, I guess before you run yourself even further down, hello and welcome to the AWKWARDCast, ANY and Keyframe, one about random dribble. Today as always, with my lovely co-host in the top right corner, Keychi. How are you doing?
Hi.
Nice to have you here.
I am the new Key in this show.
Yeah.
The old Key is kind of like, over there, fading into the background.
Is this another pale joke because there's a bright white light behind me?
More along the lines of that, and you blend in with your wallpaper.
Also, welcome our guest for the first time with us, Keyframe. Hello in the guest spot up there, right above me.
It's so good to have you as a guest, Keyframe. I'm sure the audience is not aware of who you are.
A lot of things are based off first impressions, and getting my first impression of this podcast, I have to say I made a terrible, awful, no good decision.
Would you say it is awkward?
No,
And welcome to the post-show, everybody. This was the shortest episode ever. No, not really. Not really. You said the catchphrase.
God damn it.
But besides anything, welcome to the show, Keychi. How was your week, or your recent history, so to speak?
My week was good. It's been pretty not busy at my job. Got into some new animes. It's been good.
I love how we continue the theme of the pre-show to just talk about anime.
Look, anime is my life, and my life is anime.
Fair.
If only your life wasn't trash anime.
Hey, my life is varying degrees of trash, and also all anime is trash. So yeah.
So am I.
Yes. I mean, look, this is my weeb level. I have a giant fan as a decoration in my room.
Your weeb level is that you went to Japan to study weeb, so...
I have a degree in weeb.
You actually got to go to Japan?
Yeah, I lived there for about 3 months when I was in college.
Have I ever told on the podcast the show about how I never traveled to anime?
Never traveled to anime.
And also not to Japan. 2 different things, but important to know.
Hey, guys, I have an idea. At some point, we need to plan a trip and do ANY Keyframe and Keychi in Japan.
Yay!
Hey,
let's also bring Denim Ninja, and then I can go like the street down.
He wants to be surrounded by a harem.
Yeah, exactly.
Walking,
but
talking,
anyway,
harem
you're
anime.
weak.
No, but to tell the sad story. So a friend of mine, a weep, so to speak, asked me once at a meetup, like, "Hey, would you be interested next year?" It was a Christmas meetup, so it's some point next year. Would you be interested to join in a trip to Japan? I'm like, yeah, it requires a lot of planning here into the WhatsApp group, yada yada yada. Then nothing happened in the group. But then again, it was just collecting people, asking around, seeing who might potentially be interested. Nothing ever happened. Guess that okay, the project might have just died down. And then, since we have been friends on Facebook, I believe we still are, then I saw on Facebook pop up his journal about his recent Japan trip.
Oh,
he dumped you.
He dumped me. He just traveled without me. I mean, I can assume that he asked around and he got like 5-6 people in the group, and at the end it was like too much, and at the end it all was too much trouble, or he asked people he actually did not want to be part of it or whatever, that he organized himself into a corner and eventually did the trip with just one friend or something. But still, this was my one chance to travel to Japan.
We can make that happen.
We can make it happen.
One day. But was that all that you did this week? Was anime and work?
Yeah, pretty much.
And before that, I mean, the two of us are forced to always talk about our last week, since we have literally talked about the time before on the last podcast. But anything in your life, adopted a puppy, got secretly married.
I got to a new level in Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah.
Look, I have to be honest. Nothing happens in my life. I go to work and then I go home and talk to you people. That's my life.
But this is already what I say week after week. That's why I get guests here to give some.
Why didn't you get someone more interesting?
I don't know.
No one was available.
I don't know people who are more interesting.
I'm sorry that I am a nerd that stays at home all day.
Well, Keyframe, how was your week?
Okay, so there was a funeral.
What? Why?
No, you wanted to start something with something interesting. I thought that would be a great way to start it. But no, there was no funeral unless you're talking about the funeral. That is my pride, which is every day. No, let's see. What did I do this week? I worked on stuff for DA Games for 2 secret projects. One that I'm a co-director for, one that I'm a painter for. So that's all really cool.
But then again, like, I did secret stuff, which I cannot talk about.
Non-disclosure agreements.
Me and my friend Tom, aka Sam Outline, we've completed a new project of a product that we're going to be selling at BabsCon, which is a Queen Chrysalis shadow box that has the eyes sunken in, so the eyes follow you when you walk around it, and it looks fucking awesome.
Was that giant shadow box you had on Twitter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't move the topic along too quickly. Maybe I can catch it in time.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, this one was like a pure collaborative effort because I came up with the idea, and then he made the base design because he took the vector from Candlelight Wedding where she's in a silhouette and stuff, and I basically took it and redid a bunch of stuff. Like, I did the hair, I fixed up the eyes and everything, and I was trying to make it look more epic looking than just being a vector from the show. But
you can't even see how the eyes follow. Like,
that's pretty cool and creepy as too.
Even in the mere photos, it works. Okay,
yes,
that's impressive.
It was based off an idea of because one of the things that we were selling at EQLA, which was one box, he made a version of Discord that looks like Aku from Samurai Jack, and the eyes followed him there. And I was like, that's a cool idea, but the eyes are very tiny. But so I was like, hey, why not Queen Chrysalis? And he was like, that's an idea. And so we kind of worked from there. And the coolest thing is that when the shadow box is in the dark, the entire body goes dark and the hair basically glows.
Oh,
so it's
I see the next photo series.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm so happy with this piece. And we're selling one online right now that someone could just buy online, and then we're making another one to sell at the convention. But if no one buys it online, then we have 2 to sell at the convention.
Have a bidding war at your table.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. But like, so that was that. And then I played a lot of Heroes of the Storm. I am now level 86.
Wait, I probably should point out that I was how many levels ahead of you?
You were like 2 levels ahead of me for a long time.
Only 2? I believe it was, but...
Okay, when I started playing Heroes, you were at like level 30 something.
You see, so you did not only catch up, but went past me like by a few levels by playing alone, which means less experience bonus, and with the same heroes, which means rarer leveling up. So you are insane. You're doing nothing but heroes, I have the feeling.
No, it's just the fact that when I'm working on the painting stuff, I'm not allowed to do it in the bedroom because there's carpet and personal things. So I paint in the living room where I play Heroes because that's the computer that actually can play it well. Until the
new one arrives.
Yeah, until the new one. I got an update on that. new motherboard and everything, and it's working really well. And I can't wait for my new computer so badly.
It might help your connection issues.
One day it will just come hover into the living room. It will ring the bell first itself because it's so advanced. Hello, Keyframe. I am your new computer. I am at your service. Let me take
exterminate.
over the world. Exterminate.
I get my friends to record the basic Siri kind of thing for it. So depending on what I do, it could be Keychi's voice or ANY's voice or something.
Do you really want to hear his voice first thing in the morning?
Beep, boop.
Don't I already every Sunday? Turn off your computer, delete your browsing history. But no, besides that, just more work stuff, Heroes of the Storm, and yep, that's it.
Yep.
At least that was somewhat interesting compared to going to work and watching anime.
That is my life. You guys are the only entertainment I really have.
Anyway, how about you, Maximilian?
Yeah, as usual, my life is also kind of mostly consists out of work, and then the usual computer gaming stuff, the gaming on ties on Tuesdays, and a lot of private gaming, including Heroes of the Storm as well. I'm in a group with those two and a bunch of other people. Don't you judge me.
We're judging.
There's actually now a video of one of our Let's Plays that somebody recorded. Not me, actually.
Master Code
recorded.
Not telling us that they were recording.
Yeah, which at the end of the day, since we all are YouTubers and we all did not gossip or something while playing, it was not bad. But at the end of the day, usually kids, advice for you. Whenever you record something you plan on releasing publicly, just best case, give a little warning up front so that nobody might be unclear about it, and ask for consent afterwards, because if you upload something that somebody is uncomfortable with, this can break friendships, or worse, if somebody is really, really nuts. Just saying. I mean, we have a few people in the group who might not want those Let's Plays of them be released. So, anyways, link to our Let's Play, since we are all okay with it, in the description down below.
Okay.
That wasn't awkward at all.
Oh, awkward. I heard it.
Welcome to the post show, everyone.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, no, this was the wrong button.
That's a spoiler. God damn it, you're making it more awkward.
Oh, no. Awkward spoiling.
What the?
Sorry. But yeah.
He realizes the power he has and he's not using it responsibly.
Just imagine if he had like a soundboard.
Oh, no. He has one on his phone.
I need to ask Yuri for a soundboard.
Oh my god.
No, we don't.
I'm sorry I gave you this idea. I'm so sorry, Keyframe.
No, you're not.
I mean, I am a skosh, an iota.
But yeah, at least something happened this week that is report worthy. Oh god, and I did not prepare it because I am fantastic like that. Poop. Wait, maybe I can, because this week, as you can probably imagine, since I keep talking about it, Oh, so exciting! Sorry, Keyframe, you will have to disappear. Yay!
What?
But I'm replacing you with your own drawing. The first episode of That Stupid is out, of my new show, which has, at least by the fact that I have not enough ideas, and I want to release it monthly. It should have my current goal is at least go all the way through 2018. So at least 13 episodes, because I'm already intending to do an April Fool's one. 13 episodes will come out this year. This is my goal for this show, and thanks to the fact that I have editors, there's a realistic chance this happens.
Glances at Keyframe.
Yeah. The first one already, I got I got an acceptable amount of backlash for it. Because it's like discussing objective quality of art, and there are I mean, I made this video to counter DG Bro, who a while back by now made a video about, hey, there is no objective quality, and I watched his video and was like, no dude, you're wrong. So I made this counter video with the effect that now people are in my comments and are like, no, there is no objectivity, and they are bouncing the entire discussion back to me, and I'm like, and my argument is not perfect, and they have sometimes some solid points, so I'm like, I need to be careful with those videos.
And then there's Indiana Lolly Dude.
Oh, Lolly Dude. Ugh.
Oh, Keyframe's back on the screen.
Yay.
Ew.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so if this first episode rubbed you the wrong way, I'm kind of sorry, because the show is not meant to make you uncomfortable, but on the other hand, a show has to be a little bit controversial, otherwise it's just bland blah. I know I have unsubbed enough channels because they have been too bland for my taste. But also, every episode will have its own topic, so if one topic was like, still, I would still recommend try out 1 or 2 more episodes. If it's still shit, then you probably don't like my show, and we are all cool. We are cool. Just don't watch it if you don't like it.
Next episode is Keyframe a teenager.
But
that's stupid. No, next episode. Oh, teaser. Next episode.
We do not need that stupid episode of Keyframe, okay?
You would say that'd be pretty stupid, right?
I mean, I'm still looking for a topic for my April Fool's episode, so that's stupid. Keyframe.
Why wouldn't it be the video for March? Because then you can just release it on my birthday. No! Forget that I said that! No! I am too
That's an
focused
idea.
on my white trash neighbors outside that I wasn't thinking clearly.
Well, I have written the script for the March episode, but I have not yet recorded it and not given it to an editor, so I could change the topic.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Oh fine. Man, is it Nettle Keyframe time already?
Is it always? You people keep making it very clear that it's always Nettle Key time.
But yeah, to end this with the last note. What I didn't want to make. Oh yeah, teaser next episode, the February episode of That's Stupid will be money. So stay tuned. Money. Yeah, but now since we all talked about, especially me, what I self-advertisement. Have you been? No, Keyframe also did the self-advertisement. Only Keychi was the one too modest to do self-advertisement.
What was I advertising? I was just saying that I'm working.
Your shadow box.
Oh yeah, okay, sorry. When I think of advertising, I think YouTube specifically.
You think plug.
Plug it. Anyways.
Plug.
Who wants to go first about the media? Keyframe, what is your medium?
Yeah.
Yay. I will even hide my own face this time, because it would be counterproductive to hide yours.
Okay, perfect. So, my friends, while I'm in the living room playing Heroes of the Storm and working on paintings, I need something to play in the background. And my thing to play in the background has been all week JacksFilms. Oh my god, I love this man.
Hashtag JacksFrame.
Yes,
JacksFrame.
No.
Best chip.
The thing is about JacksFilms that I've gotten, it's not just that he's a funny YouTuber. I respect, out of all the YouTubers on YouTube, I respect Jack the most. Because he's one of those OG YouTubers from like 2006 who somehow is doing better than he's ever done before.
Him and Philip DeFranco are in that boat.
Yeah, him and Philip DeFranco are definitely those two that it's like, wow, they just have gotten so much better. And the thing is, he's just adapted his content, but you still feel that same feeling no matter what he does. Because he used to start with doing like little skits and stuff, and then he did, parodies, music videos, and sketches. Are you just zooming in on the forehead?
He's on his forehead.
I mean, way to know your JacksFilm memes. So good job. But he's also the best YouTuber at commenting on current events and memes and stuff without seeming like an obnoxious douchebag. Like,
Did you see the I'm sorry video?
oh yes, I
Yes.
did. This was the video that I was watching nonstop for the past week too. I just, God, because the Logan Paul shit, I hate so much. I hate the apology, but when Jack can make me laugh at that, that's an achievement. But
It's talent.
also, he's one of the most quotable YouTubers. I just walk around the house quoting JacksFilm stuff all the time, including "I'm sorry for poisoning the Gotham City water supply," or "I'm sorry for going up to old women and shouting 'You're next' while holding up the obituaries." He's just so good, and Yai is one of the best series. I like. Yesterday, I asked you more than your grammar sucks. Personally,
Oh, I do too. I love Yai.
I mean, your grammar sucks 100 is one of the best videos on YouTube. It's one of the biggest achievements on YouTube, but it's so heartbreaking that he is one of the hardest working YouTubers, and he's only now over 3 million subscribers. I think he's getting close to 4 million, but it's like. It's heartbreaking, but I love the fact that now he's growing so exponentially.
Oh yeah.
Also, I think we have him to blame for the Emoji Movie making any money,
Maybe.
but I'm not mad at him.
Because-
Usually I would be mad that someone's advertising a bad movie.
Because he gave
What?
it exposure. He gave it exposure.
Because he kept being like, he was ironically trying to expose the movie. He wasn't really going to go see it or anything. And then Sony Pictures Animation sent him a care package full of Emoji Movie swag and invited him to the world premiere because he's the #1 Emoji Movie fan.
They gave
Oh.
him an emoji movie fidget spinner.
No, they gave him 5 Emoji Movie fidget spinners. And it's amazing. And I can't hate him.
It's
I mean,
the power
you know,
of memes.
He really is the power of memes. He's the whole reason why I found out what the dab was.
How do you do, fellow kids?
How do you do? But oh god.
Oh god, he found the video.
Yeah, where
Christmas
he gets
came
the box.
early.
The box where they sank him, apparently.
Yes. Oh yeah, one of the best videos if you have like 2 hours to kill. He does a frame-by-frame analysis of the Emoji Movie trailer.
Oh my... Oh god, they got
Oh,
a
yeah.
giant poop emoji.
That he did during a live stream.
Sir Patrick
And
Stewart,
apparently-
you never looked so good.
And apparently, his dad was watching that Emoji Movie frame-by-frame analysis live stream and only could make 20 minutes in. He couldn't handle the rest of it.
Oh.
Oh, and
But-
there are 5 fish. Oh god.
I love Jack so much.
He's great.
He makes the most nonsense things that you'd think you wouldn't laugh at funny. Like, if someone just ran up to me and said, "Mimi, big boy," I would find them to be kind of stupid. But he did it, and it's one of my favorite memes. So,
Maybe big boy.
I mean, he
Mimi,
made...
big boy,
he made puking memeable.
funny. Yeah, like, bearable. But I don't know why. It's just pure charisma. It's pure charisma and just some of the best comedic timing.
Yeah.
I think it's also just because he sounds dead inside half the time when he talks, that it makes it funnier. But yes, if you haven't already, which I don't know where you've been since 2006, go watch JacksFilms.
Go
put
watch
on a
all
Yai
of the JacksFilms.
Go watch a Yai playlist or I'm Super Sorry if you want to see some of his satirical content. And yeah, go watch it. It's really
He has
good.
playlists on his channel. Just play. Give him the AdSense.
The goal of this channel has always been to entertain people.
I think my favorite from that entire video was the last one where it's like, "I'm sorry I killed Santa Claus so I could become Santa Claus in accordance with the Santa Claus."
Yeah.
That was a great fun. I was like, well done.
No,
But so that was my media.
So, Keychi, since you didn't give me any, I have to type very quickly. What's
I
your
actually,
media?
I sent you a picture.
You did? Ooh, you sent me a picture.
Yeah,
Where?
check your PMs.
Yeah, there's a problem. You know what happens when I click on a different chat window?
Okay, well, I'll
This.
put it into the chat.
Yeah.
You disappear.
So,
Oh, there it is.
well,
Oh, look what somebody watched this week.
hey, I'm Grump.
Yeah.
We
I
are
have-
the Game Grumps.
I have
Weirdly-
literally
Watching them play
never.
Doki Doki.
Weirdly enough, I watched a lot of Game Grumps this week as well, so...
Yeah. Okay. See, I had never really paid much attention to Game Grumps until Keyframe was talking about how watching Doki Doki killed one of them inside. So
Oh, yeah.
It killed poor Dan.
yeah.
And I mean, it
So
was
I
like
started.
20 episodes, because they took 20 episodes to reach the dark part of Doki Doki. And
I
he
know.
was completely oblivious that this game was a bad game.
I know. And the thing is, I remember hearing them talking about it, and that was all done in one sitting. Like one day, they did Doki Doki.
Really one day, because it
But-
seemed like two settings in
It may have been 2 days, but it was either 1 or 2 days because I remember they were just like, we haven't gone to eat yet, or something like that.
Yeah.
But I remember Keyframe had mentioned how they reacted, and I was like, well, I want to see at least that part. And then I was like, well, I got time, and I marathoned their entire Let's Play of Doki Doki Literature Club. And now I'm going through their playlist and finding other games that I like that they've played, and I blame you for it, Keyframe.
I'm very happy about it.
Actually-
Wait until you get to Kirby's Dream Course. That is a hole that you will never escape.
Actually, now that you mention it, I believe we have to open up a self-help group, Keychi. Because, yes, it was also the animation of the discovery of Doki Doki, where Dan uses his mind, which she recommended to us, sent to us. I don't even know.
Oh yeah,
anymore.
that I sent you guys that, and Dan's like falling backwards on the
that
couch.
one.
Yes,
That one.
that
And
animation, yes.
This also led to me watching their Doki Doki Let's Play, and from there I also ended up watching a few more of their stuff this week.
Started Keyframe.
I'm very happy with myself right now. If I could make a couple Let's Play recommendations,
Oh no.
Kirby's Epic Yarn is a really good one. Any of the a good 85% of the Game Grumps animated. There are some that are not a huge fan of the style, but yeah, those are good things if you want some good Grump bits.
Yeah,
all
like normally when I'm watching Let's Plays, it's either Jacksepticeye or Team 4-Star. Those are the only two Let's Play channels that I watch. I'm guessing ANY is the same. No?
No, he's talking about.
I'm not counting the one I help participate in sometimes.
But I do more like Let's Plays than Dream Daddy. Oh, by the way, she's the voice of my daughter in Dream Daddy.
Hi, Father.
Hello, daughter.
Eh. But
If Keyframe is sick again, we need to get Ninja as her replacement and you as a guest again. Or the other way around, whatever.
Sure.
Then we can reenact our favorite scenes from Dream Daddy. If we ever
I'm
finish
glad
this
I'm
Let's Play.
so replaceable. Okay.
Yes, your name starts with a K, so anybody with a K can replace you in the
But
title of the show.
Keyframe, we look so much alike.
Yeah, I know. It's like mother and daughter.
I know.
We look as much alike as Fozzie Bear and Kermit the Frog.
Which one am I?
Anyway, so we're just going to Max, is your media Game Grumps 2 or
No. This was just a coincidence that I realized when Keychi told me that I basically lived through the very same happening this week.
It's all Keyframe's fault. I
Yep.
blame Keyframe.
I do not mind that I collect more people into my Grump collective.
The Grump Collective.
Oh,
We are the
God.
collective. We
We're
are
all
Game
lovelies.
Grumps.
That means we're all lovelies because they call their fans lovelies, and I
Aw.
am proud to be a lovely.
Well, then I can recommend the Dom, who calls all his viewers his beautiful watchers.
Well, and then
So
Philip
if you wanna
DeFranco
have-
calls people beautiful bastards. So we are lovely, beautiful bastards.
And I call
That's actually a good name. Lovely, beautiful bastards.
and I call my viewers "Hey guys," and this one usually insults them. So either we are
Hey
doing
guys.
either we are doing something right or something very wrong.
I don't. Key, what do you call your fans?
What fan? Hello.
Oh, brr, brr, brr.
I do have a legitimate name for my fan base.
Those are supposed to be air horns. Do.
Do, 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 do. Pew, 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 pew. But no, I have a legit name for my fan base. All my fans are called in-betweens. Because I am Keyframe and they are my in-betweens.
Okay.
Yeah, you wanted a boring answer?
Do they know this?
I mean, I also call them idiots, but that's besides the point.
Do they know they are your in-betweens?
Well, I've never said it in a video, but I said it on Twitter.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough.
I've never actually called my fans the name that I have for them. The few that I have.
Now do tell.
Or what is it? I have a feeling it's good.
It's not like it's just cute. It's the Floof Troop.
That works.
That's so cute.
We're losing
That
Keyframe.
reaction.
We're losing Keyframe. She has a cute overload.
I may not be a super girly, it's a girly girl, but I do like the occasional cute.
Yeah, I just thought it was a cute name just for to call my fans the Floof Troop.
I'm an in-between and I'm proud. Is that what they're calling it?
Oh my goodness. But yeah, I guess
boy.
I wonder where the name the Floof Troop comes from.
I mean,
Every day we're out there being the Floof Troop.
dude, you are mixing up freaking. Like, I was thinking of the Goof Troop when I made that name.
No. I mean, I'm sorry. Let me.
Do the thing.
Oh my god.
The Floof Troop. When you're in trouble, you go to the Floof Troop. The Floof Troop.
I think you're mixing up the Goof Troop along with the freaking DuckTales theme song.
Life is
No, that
like
time
a
it was
floofy
Darkwing,
hairpiece
you idiot.
with the Keychi.
The Floof Troop. We stick together. The Floof Troop.
Yeah, something like that.
They are so
something-
floofy and jumpy and hairy and have blue face they can make out of hair.
I'd like you to
Keychi.
not describe me as Harry.
I don't know. There's a lot of hair.
The Floof Troop. Floofing here and there and everywhere.
We need more.
Have we ruined your childhoods yet, audience? I'm very happy if we did.
Audience, are you cringing yet?
Are we cringing yet?
Oh, I need to create an overlay that is like cringe alarm for the show.
You need a cringe alarm. Yes, cringe,
Oh,
cringe,
perfect.
cringe.
Oh, we need a cringe alarm button. I love it.
Oh. Well, we'll make that later. But what is your media, Maximilian?
My media. Let me hide this one. Whoop. Okay, this is not.
Why
my
do you keep hiding me? Why don't you hide the guest?
Yeah,
Because I am the guest.
Yeah.
They always see
Why
you.
don't you hide the chat?
Because the chat is active for once. I will not punish them with inactiveness.
It's
With-
okay,
Fine.
Keyframe. I can still see you.
Okay.
She's pouting right now, audience.
Hi.
You need to stop pouting. He's gonna keep flipping back to you.
Fine.
Okay, so short recommendation I wanted to give.
Anyway.
So this one is Puffin Forest, who is just for people who are into D&D, a fun thing to check out. I just came across him like 1 or 2 days ago, and he does very crude animation, but he is basically
This story comes
he's
from my
basically
first time
telling
in DMing a
anecdotes
Dungeons &
from
Dragons
his
game. I
D&D
subbed in for the
sessions
regular
and
GM.
stuff,
I got my
and
players together with our first
it's
level
just like you see
characters,
very
GM screen,
very
my
basic
notes,
animation.
a
It's
little
just
nervous,
very
but I was
nice
ready
and
to
fun
go.
anecdotes, and if you know anything about D&D,
So,
just
the
check
story
him
starts
out.
off in
Is this the
town.
person who made that animation that you sent me when I kept yelling
Yes,
to
about
Heroes of the
the
Storm, why don't you die?
about the suicidal healer who tries to keep to get his character killed so he can reroll a new one, which reminded me very much of your Lucio's playstyle in Heroes of the Storm, where I also have the feeling you try to intentionally kill yourself.
I don't die a lot as Lucio. You are exaggerating to make me look bad.
Yes, I am. Nevertheless,
Exactly.
simply because I came across this show and it's pretty fun, and if you know D&D or have anything to do with it, just check it out. Especially the newer episodes have a bit more smoothened out animations and small fun, but yeah. Now for the actual media I want to talk about. Link obviously in the description down below. Now for the actual media I want to talk about, which I managed to go back to the cinema this week. For once, again, finally, yay, because I forgot last week, and that's why I missed out on Ferdinand, because it's now already out of the cinema. Well, you can't watch them all. Anyways, today I was to the cinema and I saw The Greatest Showman with Hugh Jackman. And first of all, good movie. Thumbs up. Hashtag had good time. Hashtag would watch again. A few not red flags, but general warnings, disclaimers I have to give. It is a very musical. So it's really, if you are the person who is usually like, I don't like musicals, or when you have a show or a movie or whatever that goes a bit into musical territory and you are already like, I like it normally, but there was too much singing happening, not the movie for you. So this is very much a musical in the sense like the big ones on Broadway and stuff. But here's a twist with a TV budget and TV camera techniques and a little bit CGI here and there. So basically taking what makes a musical with all the dancing and the singing and bumping it up to 11, which made a fantastic spectacle. You have a cast that can actually sing and dance. Like, for those people who don't know, Hugh Jackman actually is, I'm not sure if he is an active Broadway player, but he comes from theater. He is an actual singer, trained singer, and an actual dancer. There is a fun video about him and Neil Patrick Harris, who is also a Broadway person, have basically a Broadway off or something in an introduction of the show where they also try to outdance and outsing each other, which is amazing, which I also will put in the description down below. So
no, okay, Damon. And unlike Les Mis, the people when they sing in this musical actually sound good, because Hugh Jackman sounded like shit in Les Mis.
Really, did he? I haven't watched Les Mis.
Because he sang everything live, and Hugh Jackman was never on key.
You sure you're talking Hugh Jackman or Daniel? No, the other one. What's the genius?
Russell Crowe?
Yeah.
No, it's just Russell Crowe sounded bad because he's in a completely different singing style than a Broadway singer like Hugh Jackman. But Hugh Jackman, when you hear how he usually sings, he doesn't sound good in Les Mis.
Okay. I mean, here's the thing is, which I noticed in one of his early songs, because they are very rapid and lively dance moves. He's obviously dubbed. So he has the lip movement and everything in the scenes, but he has probably a studio recording of his singing dubbed over him. So I didn't notice any.
As most musicals.
I didn't notice any off-keyness or something. But yeah, since I believe, once again, I haven't seen the movie of Les Mis, but since Les Mis has a very heavy story, I don't see it as a very lively dance-heavy musical. Correct me if I'm wrong. While this one is like, I mean, it's the theme suggests it's basically a circus, so there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of acrobatics, and so if you're into this kind of stuff, fantastic watch. You will have a good time. Story is not the most imaginative story, but it's absolutely solid, so no complaints there. And yeah, I had a great time, but then again, I also own a DVD of Cats, so make out of this whatever you want.
I really need to see this movie, mostly because I need to see if the writers for the La La Land music have improved.
Oh yes,
because
soundtrack. Good point. I love the soundtrack. The movie started. I was sitting there bumping my not bumping my feet, but tapping
your feet.
Yeah, tapping my feet because it has a very dynamic modern soundtrack. So.
Okay, then it may be better than La La Land. I'm sorry. I hate the music for La La Land so much. It did not deserve to beat Moana in music. And when I heard that it was these people that were making the music for The Greatest Showman, I was like, trying not to be biased against it.
Let me see if I can maybe give a short audio clip just to see how it sounds from your point of view. This is actually like they dance to it. As one example, they also have different songs obviously.
Through the floor.
Okay.
It sounds like Fall Out Boy. I don't know how I feel.
So it has a little bit of the street music to it.
Yeah, like
it's also a very urban story. It's basically the story of the Greatest Showman, who is the son of a tailor who the dad obviously dies at a young age, or at an age where the son is still young, so he has to make by as a street boy and whatnot. So he comes from the lowest class.
So are you saying that he's just a poor boy from a poor family?
Oh my God!
There's some kind of anecdote I'm missing out on. But
oh
yeah.
my God! How do you not get that? It's Bohemian
poor
Rhapsody
boy
from
a
Queen.
poor family.
Oh, okay. No.
She's insulted on an emotional level right now.
Not even people who don't listen to Queen know what Bohemian Rhapsody is.
Yeah, but I don't know the lyrics.
How do you not know the lyrics?
If
it's a song that is entirely known for its lyrics.
He's German.
Yes.
That's not an excuse. His entire music library from the 2000s on the CDs that he begged to show me, 90% of them were English songs.
Yeah, but I don't know the lyrics for 90% of those 90%.
Anyway, questions.
Oh, hold on. Gotta grab my charger.
Okay, well, let's see. Question from Shyborg. If any of you three could design and produce your own animated shows, what would they be about?
Keyframe, what would your animated show be about, I wonder? If only ever had any ideas for an animated show during your life.
I mean, aside from Abby and Theo, I do have two other show ideas that I would like to do. Yes, because I work on other concepts. Abby and Theo is just my passion project. But like the two other shows that I would make would be more kid-centric programming or family-centric, because Abby and Theo is an adult series. It would not be able for kids with some of the topics. But one series would be basically a huge, like, loving homage to 1970s cartoons about this band that gets sucked into that. This is the basic plot, okay? So it's this band who finds a piece of sheet music, plays it, and it transports them to basically this weird interdimensional place, and they have to collect the different music notes to play this, bring it back to the sheet music so they can play the song and go back home. And then it's just a bunch of wacky adventures during it. It's very 70s, it's very crazy, it's very cheesy, and I love the idea so much.
What was the question?
Very music-heavy show, too, so there would be a song every episode.
Yeah, the question was, if any of you three could design and produce your own animated shows, what would they be about?
Yeah, and I just said.
Yeah.
And then the other one would be kind of like my own version of Time Squad, where this person inherited a library, and the library has this huge book of people who didn't return their books. And so the books come alive and change the entire world through the plot of famous novels, and they have to try to get the stories to have their proper ending so everything can go back to normal and they can collect the books, and the entire series is them trying to collect all the books that people never returned. So
Okay.
yeah, those are the worlds that go on in my head all the time. So
Keychi, what about you?
Mine, I think I've always liked this idea. I saw it on some Tumblr post or something, but I've always liked the idea of basically the unwilling anime protagonist. Like they have all of the characteristics of an anime protag, like missing one or both parents, unusual hair color, transfer student beings randomly interested in them, yada yada yada. And they're aware of all of these tropes, and they are doing everything in their power to run away from being the protagonist of their anime. It just seems like I remember reading that and I was like, that is an amazing idea that I wish someone would make. So if I had the ability, that's the anime I would make.
I have a funny story that's kind of like that.
Okay.
I used to talk to Tomska. Like, I used to be in contact with Tomska.
Oh my.
And one of the ideas that me and him hashed out that we never actually went through with because he just stopped using Skype was he wakes up in a world where everything is a musical and everyone is singing, and he just wants to get away from it because he hates musicals. I'm pretty, but yeah, that was one of the ideas we hashed out, but never did anything with. Then he made the musical Suicide video, so I guess that was a little bit like that, but
that reminds me of those. Reminds me of those like improv everywhere videos.
But yeah, you are really frightening at networking. I mean, how many subs does Tom Scar have?
I don't know.
Doesn't mean anything at all, but people with a higher sub count usually get so many requests that it is simply hard to stick out of the ocean of people who want to contact them. And you had his Skype.
Yeah, but I mean, like at the end of the day, we just fell out of contact. He probably would not remember me anymore. It was a long time ago. But what about you, Max? If you can make a show?
Explosions. Many explosions. Cool looking.
So you'd be Michael Bay.
Sorry?
So you'd be Michael Bay.
But in animation, which makes it cool again. I don't know. There's a reason why I am not the creative one.
Okay,
I love the question. It's a fantastic question, but I really don't have an idea for an interesting, appealing concept for an original show that I could produce. So
I haven't asked Awkward.
Okay.
If there was an animated show with you, Keyframe, and you, A and Y, what would happen?
It would be one of those animes where we're constantly training to kill each other to become the number one person.
But at the same time, we would also secretly care about each other, which is why we could never go through with it and always leave a loophole for the other one to get out of our death traps and stuff.
Exactly. It's like Highlander, but with friends.
Yeah. Fantastic. Also, before the question completely faded by Death Alchemist, any piece of art that you got into but haven't? Okay, this is very...
Do you mean that you tried to get into, but you just couldn't? I'm assuming that's what I'm...
Define the piece of art. I mean, if we take piece of art in a broader sense, I have probably such an endless list of movies I haven't watched yet, of TV shows I haven't watched yet, including billions of animes. I have sent after marathoning Gigax anime of the season lists, which he does 2 each year, and collecting all the ones that sounded interesting after him. I have like 20 animes I might want to watch at some point, which is serious. So plenty of episodes. So this is video games. I have on Steam like 150 video games, from which 50 I never even installed yet. So
you look seriously stressed out that you do not have the time to go through all these things.
But I guess something I tried to get into but couldn't. I could never get into H3H3. Like Like, the thing is, I heard a lot of good things. I watched a lot of commentary channels as is. Like, and I was like, okay, I'll watch them. A lot of people like them. John Tron interacts with them and stuff, so maybe it's good. I just could never get into it.
No, I mean, I came across some of his videos. He seems decent enough. However, his humor is already... He's a smart guy. He does smart commentary, but his humor is already kind of like not down my alley. And sorry, but at least on camera, his wife, I assume, whatever, partner in crime when it comes to YouTubing.
His wife.
Yeah, she's a little bit of an airhead. Sorry.
I actually like Hila because she's so awkward, honestly. I like Hila.
Post-show.
Ethan is the one that I can't stand it when he yells and constantly clips the mic. I can't stand that so much. I'm very sensitive to audio, and that gets to me so badly. But I don't think Hila's an airhead. I think she just has a serious language barrier because she's Israeli. She's not from America.
Which is fair enough, but I could maybe I'm completely messed up and mixing stuff up or something. But I could recall that she also asked or said something that was not just language-wise, but in general sounded a little bit like silly. I don't know. And it didn't come across as a sonar.
Yeah, but I can never get into H3, which is weird because I can get into iDubbbz and people who are around his circle, but I can't get into H3. It's weird.
Keychi, how about you?
Would a video game count?
Yeah, any media, I get. Any media.
I could never get into TF2.
Same here.
Okay, she probably actually tried. You just played for an hour while drunk in college. I don't count you as actually giving it a chance.
Yeah, I've played a few games, but I could just never really get into it.
Man, this would be ironic if I would be a constant part of an ongoing YouTube show involving TF2, right?
I know, right? It's almost as if you're a fraud!
I mean, I literally only got this... It was planned as a one-shot, this entire show, and I literally only got the spot as a replacement because one of the original actors jumped out while the script was already written and they needed some last-minute replacement. This is literally the story how I got the spot.
The ANY's origin story.
Did you say who the original actor was, or do you not know?
Not Phantom Horn, but the other one.
Keg Standard?
Yeah.
Keg.
Yeah, Keg dropped.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
Phantom didn't stay a lot longer, but Keg dropped out instantly, even before the production began. And I believe Keg wasn't even there for the first thing after the original pilot. Was he?
After the original pilot, Keg was never in it.
Yeah, like I don't remember.
No, Keg was never. I replaced Keg. But even Phantom, because Keg distanced himself from the entire group even before that, and Phantom, I believe, only stayed there for the pilot and was not part of the actual show either, because he followed his brother, pretty quickly. So.
Well, I say that you were a good replacement.
And why better than Keg Standard and Phantom Horn?
We need to. Well, you know what? The next time I visit, I need to force ANY to stream TF2. We'll do a gaming in ties and dress and make ANY play TF2. And I'm just gonna sit next to him the entire time while he's playing and tell him how he's playing so wrong.
Good luck with that, because as far as I know, Yuri is not a fan of TF2 either. So.
Well, no, I'm not saying. That's why I said tie and dress. So it's like it would just be you and it would just be an any key stream.
Okay, that's probably a better approach than trying to put me in a tie again.
Oh, you look good in a tie.
I know, I always look good. And
get a room.
Shut up. Okay. Okay, Mr. Joel Mule asks, and I'm going to reword it so it's pony neutral. To all of you three, how did you come up with your persona's name? So, how did you come up with Keychi, ANY, and Keyframe?
Well, for mine, I have been an internet person since like middle school. So my original name was like Kimura or something along those lines. Like the most weebish name I could think of. I had that name for like years. Yes, I know. And the thing is, I misspelled it, so if I search for that name, I find all of my old shit. So,
Oh!
I'm not gonna tell you how I spelled it. No,
Keyframe,
no.
if you find it, send me the link so I can put it into the description.
I swear to God, no, I'm not telling you how I spelled it. So, anyway, eventually, I spent a greater half of like upper middle school, lower high school on the website Guy Online, and we eventually like gave me the nickname of like Key Chan or Keychi, different little names that go after people's names in Japanese. And eventually I started sticking with Keychi because it was just easier for people to pronounce. And it stuck, and I just brought that name into Brody. And Keyframe, stop trying to look up stuff about me.
Never! I'm getting closer because I typed in Key Moria and I'm finding your profile pic on Facebook.
No.
Why Keyframe is still busy. So A and Y. The story behind it is I can probably use visual aid for that one. No, this is an actual
I hate you so much,
website.
Keyframe.
Yeah, it all started at a very young age. Oh, there it is. My old YouTube channel was called ANY Corp. So ANY, any Corp. Haha, funny. What?
Funny
a
meme.
pun. Any Corp. ANY Corp. And yeah, when I started the new channel, ANY Entertainment, I just carried the logo and the ANY part with me. And yeah, by now I came up with this phonetic spelling or whatever it is called. You can probably not see it, but ANY. No, you cannot see it. It's far too small. But yeah, the way with how my DeviantArt and Tumblr are nowadays spelled. But yeah, this is where it comes from a very, very pathetic pun, play on words, whatever.
Keychi, I found it.
Oh my God. What did you find?
Well, do you want me to spell it out and see if I actually got it correct?
Type it in the chat.
Let's just say I found a DeviantArt with some nice Animu cosplays.
God damn it. Fuck.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, watching, especially on YouTube, either Keychi found a way to bribe Keyframe and me to keep it a secret, or the link is down in the description below.
Nah, you know what? I'm keeping this information to myself, and I'm not going to reveal it to. I'm not going to reveal it because Keychi is one of my best friends, and I am going to keep her secret safe with me.
I'm waiting for the link to pop up.
Nope, I exited out of it.
Keyframe, I am not going to be nettling you now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
God damn it.
I have this to hold over your head for the rest of your damn life, new roommate. So,
God damn.
you know not the power I now have in my hand.
Oh, God damn.
I want to have it.
No, you cannot have it.
Well, you know your own ways to try to convince me to do things. So, but anyway, the backstory behind the name Keyframe. Well, the thing is, I have two personas online. Not exactly like, oh, I have a double life as superhero or
There's
whatever.
also Comic Chrissy.
Cosmic Chrissy, yeah.
Comic
and
Chrissy,
that's why
yeah.
my Twitter is Cosmic Keyframe. It's very simple. I always love the aesthetic of cosmic stuff, space, the color blue. So I've always wanted to keep cosmic in there. So I was able to do that with Twitter, but YouTube I wanted to keep separate before. I don't know why. But Keyframe is just essentially because I really love animation. I am an animator. I draw a lot, and the things that I wanted to do if I ever got into the TV animation industry would be to be the person who does the keyframes, the main keyframe drawings and storyboard drawings, which essentially the storyboards become the keyframes in animation, which are the main points of action. And I thought that just fit really well with my personality and the stuff that I do. I take an active role in a lot of things, so Keyframe. And Eventually, I want to rebrand Keyframe Productions into Cosmic Keyframe Productions. One, because there is a Keyframe Productions on YouTube with like a few thousand subscribers that I didn't know exist. And two, I really want to also incorporate Cosmic into it, which is what I usually call my normal human persona. I don't call my normal human persona Keyframe because at this point, Keyframes became her own character. So that's my backstory.
So, I guess no Q&A section without something from Enigma Royal Prince.
Of course.
Because he once again, before we even asked for it, he started pumping out questions for us. So you got our back, bro. I appreciate it.
Specifically for you. There's Enigma asked you, and why? Specifically, and why? What is your favorite character, episode, and/or scene from Dan Versus?
So long ago. I have to admit I recall loving this show. I also recall loving it inconsistently. So there were some episodes that I considered far better than others. So there are probably favorite episodes or characters or scenes from Dan Versus, but I literally can't recall them. I'm so sorry. I recall that I still have this conspiracy theory that there was a mystery going on about Dan and Chris's wife. What is Chris's wife's name again?
Elise. Elise.
Elise. Because I was convinced at the end of the last season, which I believe was the second one, that there was a mystery they were building up to, that they are actually siblings or something. But then they canceled the show.
Third season. Yeah, I watched Dan Versus a lot. My favorite episode of Dan Versus, and it's grown to be my favorite over time, especially after doing my whole weight loss thing. Dan Versus the Gym is the best episode of anything ever. Oh my god. I've never related to an episode so much.
You, Keychi, any experiences with Dan Versus?
I watched it a long time ago, but I barely remember anything specific.
Same here. Yeah, it's pretty much similar to me.
Yeah.
So, but there was another question from Enigma I saw, which I wanted to address. To all of you, what are your thoughts on the YouTube's newest policies on views and subscriber count in order to monetize or to be a partner, actually? Also, how will this all affect you in the long run? Or will this affect all of you in the long run? I'm not sure if you guys have you guys gotten the notification?
No, I actually did not get the email. I looked up my analytics and I had doubled the requirement for watch time.
Same here. I have enough watch time and subscribers to where I am not affected. But looking at my analytics, what?
Keyframe, you don't even put videos on your YouTube. How? I mean, good for you.
I mean,
I have a very dedicated fan base that no matter what gives me a consistent amount of views, and the videos that I do put out are usually long form content like readings and stuff, so my watch time is immediately heightened because the videos would usually average around 20 to 40 minutes.
Good for you. Huh.
In my case, I have enough overall watch time and subscribers to qualify, but at the same time, it's not like my videos get like tons and tons of views, like maybe 2,000 per video on average. So like the revenue I've had on my YouTube channel so far is like $40, so I don't particularly care that much because I'm not relying on that as income.
Yeah. But why I wanted to go into it, because one of my channels got the notification, so I have the mail at hand. So yeah, my channel A, in my opinion, counts, is the only one that got the note so far, which doesn't really bother me because I officially sent this channel to hiatus. It also depends on what is actually connected to the partnership, because if longer videos than 15 minutes are affected, I would say, yes, this could cost me my Let's Play channel. But I don't think so. I believe it's really mostly monetization and maybe some of the more fancy features, not some of the basics.
It's pretty much only custom thumbnails and monetizing.
Custom thumbnails, this would suck to lose even for the Let's Plays.
I don't pretty much, but like the point is the partner system really isn't that. You don't really get that much from the partner system aside from monetization and a few extra little things you can do in the creator studio.
But
I am going to display. I personally think that this is actually not a bad policy change for YouTube.
Agreed, the thumbnails would be a detail that would really annoy me. But yeah, to actually go a little bit over the math of it, I watched too much MadPat recently. So, no, seriously, the thing is, I guess reading the mail, you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers. You don't have to have a growth of 1,000 subscribers or something. And
no, you just need to have 1,000.
So, which is, no offense to everybody who has a smaller channel, this is not a lot to get. And if you can't even make the 1,000 subscribers, you probably also would not make any money, so it would not really matter to you.
Yeah, basically.
Now, about the bigger number, the 4,000 hours of watch time in the last 12 months. So, first of all,
not hours.
Hours.
Is it hours? Or is
it's
hours. Or is it minutes?
No, it's hours.
It's hours.
Okay.
But this is not a big problem, because if you look at it, so in minutes, this would be, 240,000? Looks like a big number. Now we are talking over the last 12 months, which only is 20,000 minutes per month, which still looks like a lot. But if you go even further and are like, okay, how long is your average video? Let's go with 10 minutes, for example.
If you're talking about YouTube videos, it's probably like maybe 3 to 5 minutes.
It depends. I also dare to say if it's only 3 minutes, you should be able to produce multiple ones. But let's just say then again, you have Let's Players who pump up longer videos, like 40 minutes. So
yeah, let's go with like 5 minutes for the YouTubers who aren't producing like long-term videos.
Okay,
like this is like the absolute worst.
So let's go with 5 minutes. Now this is basically the views you need to make per month if we look at it very pessimistically, like only counting the views you make in the first month of the upload. Usually you have a lot of trickling afterwards, but the majority of views comes in the first month anyway. So 4,000, okay, for 4,000 views basically, because we took the minute number. You could also go a little bit more pessimistic. I recall my times when I paid more attention to my retention rate, my watch rate. It was like that it averaged out on like 50% watching till the very end. So you would still have to double this up. So if you can reach with all the videos you upload over a month, 1,000 views, depending on the length of the video, you already have the 4,000 hours in a year together. So actually this number is not so big. For shits and giggles, earlier before the show I checked a few channels on Social Blade, and I was surprised how easily all those channels get those click numbers.
Yeah, I want to say to K-Damon, because they're like, it creates too big of a gap, it discourages the smaller ones to try. But just saying, they're not taking it away forever. You lose the ability, but once you gain that watch time, once you gain that subscriber thing, when you pass that threshold, you can apply again. And by all probability, you'll get it. There's nothing wrong with having a threshold for something that is like this. And if you were already this small, you weren't even making the $100 threshold that you have to get to even get paid. You have to make $100 in AdSense before you even get paid. And my personal thing, and this is something me and a lot of creators share, if you are under the delusion that you want to go into YouTube with the immediate prospect of making money, you are in the wrong place.
Twitch is probably a better place nowadays.
Yeah, Twitch is the better place for it. YouTube right now, especially in the volatile state it's in, you are creating to create. That is,
and you
the
can
essential
still
thing.
do that even if you aren't getting paid in ad revenue. I mean, that's how the majority of the big YouTubers started in the first place. They didn't get paid.
Yeah, keep in mind the partner program hasn't been around since YouTube's conception. No. And if you really are concerned with the money aspect of it, do what mid to big size YouTubers are doing now, because newsflash, these people are just as worried too. Find outside sources of income that are not YouTube, Google AdSense rooted. Patreon, Drip, Ko-fi, making merchandise with stuff like Redbubble and Teespring. You can put your own fucking logo on a shirt and just be like, here, go buy that for $10. It's just a little bit more effort, but if you are really concerned with wanting to make internet creation your career, you have to be willing to do that. And that is the most bluntest answer I can give as an internet creator, as a full-time artist, as someone who has to make their business on their own. If you really feel like you can't put in that effort, you are in the wrong line of work.
Harsh, but yeah, I can only agree. The numbers are actually not as bad as they seem when you see them on black and white first. Once again, I have to figure out which features are actually affected. So yeah, stuff like losing thumbnails would actually suck hard. I have to admit.
Well, let's do some investigative awkward research and see what features you get from the YouTube Partner Program.
Keyframe roles investigation.
I need some cool theme to play.
YouTube Partner Program features.
Okay, I found a detective theme which should do the trick. Okay, Keyframe, I hope you are ready for some detective music.
I'm ready.
Good.
Oh, why'd you pick the 70s version?
That's not. I picked the first one that came up.
Oh.
But this is those are detectives.
I don't think they can hear me over this.
Those guys are detectives, right? So this was a detective.
They are
theme.
detectives. They are detectives.
I am so disappointed in you.
YouTube Partner Program overview. It's basically access to creator features. Note that your channel currently needs to be in the YouTube Partner Program in order to access certain features such as end screens and cards that link to associated websites, crowdfunding, and merchandising sites. Okay, so I'm from what I think it's saying, I don't think it's like, the end, you can still have like the subscribe button and stuff, but you can't link to like
Patreon
screen through the end card. You have to put it in the description of the video.
But you still have the thumbnail and the over 15 minutes playtime.
Yeah, yes.
Sorry, those are the tools you need to make it. If they took those away, I would be like, yeah, this is shitting on the smaller channels who try to make a name for it. But if you have those essential features that you're not limited time-wise, in case you make longer running content, and you can still start a very effective branding with your thumbnail.
Yeah, here we go. They have a little thing that says features not affected by the eligibility requirements. So you could still have these. You could still have cards. You could still use the Creator Studio. You could still have a custom URL. You could still have custom thumbnails. You could still have end screens. You can still do live streaming. You could still do scheduled uploads, and you could still check your YouTube analytics. The features affected by YouTube Partner Program is sponsorships, monetization, and the super chat, which is when you live stream and people can donate money to you directly.
So yeah, everybody who is panicking about it, it is not as bad as everybody tries to make it. It's actually very minor how it affects you. And if you have less than 4,000 clicks a month and less than 1,000 subscribers, you wouldn't make any money anyways. Let's be honest. So good news everybody. That's why I wanted to address this question by Enigma Prince, because it's actually good news, guys. It's not as bad as it seems. Literally, from the 5 channels I have, the only one that got flagged was the one that I literally sent into retirement over a year ago. And I haven't uploaded.
You sent it to the farm upstate.
Yeah, pretty much.
But so that is actually a very wonderful, uplifting kind of note to end on, involving YouTube of all things.
Oh, no more questions?
I feel like we went pretty long on the questions personally.
Ah, you're right. And I mean, there's one thing I don't want to make this.
And that is?
Making it awkward.